People of YouTube, welcome to my channel, and today we are going to do a review of the FX Audio DAC X6, which is right here. This little box costs around $65, and this is a DAC and an amp, but it can also be used as a DAC alone, which is fantastic for $65. Now, I was going to do a very detailed review of every feature, how the sound is, and everything about this little DAC. And I decided not to. I was thinking about it. I actually sat down to write a script that I do for some of my reviews that I do that, for some I don't. Usually the ones that are more than 10 minutes, I do that for them. And as I was writing down, I decided that I don't need to do that because, simply put, this is the best DAC amp combo you can get for under $100, sound wise or feature wise. 100 to 150, it will beat a lot of products like Mica Origin, Shitfuller 2, some SMSL stuff. 100 to 100 to $150, it will beat those products that are competing with it in the same category, features wise. And if you don't want to watch this whole review, here's what I'm going to tell you. If you're a first timer, you have been using onboard sound card for your computer, your game console, whatever you have been using. If you never had a DAC before, a dedicated external DAC, an amp, this is the thing to get for a first time user who's trying to get better sound. The next step up after this, if you are a gamer, I would consider Mayflower Arc. And if you are into sound more than gaming, I would consider it to be one of AudioGuard, Audio GD, NFB 11.28. And after that is stuff in 1000 and more range. Okay, so why is this thing better than everything else in $100 range? Here's why. This thing has 3 digital inputs: optical in, USB in, and coaxial in. You cannot find that many inputs in products that cost hundreds of dollars, maybe even thousands of dollars, maybe in thousands of dollars. But sometimes it's hard to find all these 3 inputs under $1,000 in a DAC. And it does not stop over there. It has a line out, but it also got a RCA out. What that means is that you can use this for powered speakers, and you can use a external headphone amp that takes a RCA in. That is phenomenal. Just for features alone, this is a great buy at 65. But here's the kicker. It sounds great. Although I would say that the sound is not perfect. Mica Origin sounds a little bit better, maybe 10%. It comes very, very close to a, you will not regret buying this. It sounds like it should. It sounds very, very good. Where it lacks is in the, it does not lack in any particular frequency with the headphones that don't need a lot of power. So if you got a low power headphone, low ohms power, 100 ohms to a 200 ohms, you will be fine. You will not need anything else. With this, you will be fine. But if you're using something like Sennheiser HD600, any headphone that is more than 200 ohms requirement, this will fall apart because it is not because the amp in this, the line out amp in this is not very strong. It will not handle headphones well that require a lot of power. But most headphones are not really. And I'm of the school that you should never get those headphones unless you're actually in a studio mixing and mastering. because for home use, for gaming, everything, you don't need a high powered headphone. You should have something that you can use with this and your phone as well. And I have heard the arguments, but I don't really believe that. You should always get a low power headphone if you're not doing it for any professional application like editing, mixing, mastering, whatever. There are a lot of good headphones that have a low ohms requirement. If you try to push a high ohms requirement headphone with this, you will regret it. But if you got anything under 100 ohms, you will be golden. You will have no problem at all. Sound is fantastic, separation is good, treble, mids, bass, everything is good. Plus it gives you all these features. Volume knob is analog, and it does have a switch that will let you select the input. So you could be technically plugged in all of those inputs, and you could select what input you want to use for your line out. Okay, this is a fantastic DAC. The amp is not so good in it, but you can remedy that. What you can do is you can actually get an external amp, use the RCA out, or you can actually use a line in amp. The SMSL makes one of those. A lot of companies make one of those. So you could be right now using powered monitors and a pair of good headphones. You could have this on your desk with your computer and your console plugged in all the time, and this is just a perfect solution. What I would want to see is a product that costs $200-300 that has all of these going on in it. That would be the golden thing for me, at least. So that is it. This is the best DAC amp combo you can get under $100, and I have listened to it a lot. And yeah, I'm struggling right now to name one thing that is as good as this thing right here under $100. I can't do it. I can't do it. Negatives. It is cheap. It won't power. Really high ohms requirement headphone, and it is tuned differently because I noticed this when I was using an external amp. I was There was a little bit of bump in the lows, but it also took some of the sound stage away. So the way it is designed is more sound stage, less bass, but just slightly, not by a huge margin. So that is the way it is designed, tuned. So that is it. If you want to, if you have never had a good DAC before, go ahead and get this. You won't regret it. I guarantee it. Well, I just guarantee that you won't be dissatisfied. I don't guarantee that you will actually like it, but it is pretty good. You will not regret it, and have a good weekend. See you guys next week, and we will talk about the state of mobile phones right now. Love ya.